So then that's pretty much the whole thing. And then we'll just have the interchangeable tips for however they want it to look.
Me, I'm gonna go break this thing. Not intentionally. I'm gonna try to do something like drive it back into shipping, but there's no way my skill set allows me to do this. Okay. I don't have the clips for the body, so like we gotta be gentle. She's right there. Let's dial the trim. I don't know what that means, but. She pulls a little to the left. I think we can try to stick a GoPro to the top. There might be some funny footage of it not working. I think that's gonna be the best bet, is to attempt it. And we ran into something. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to drive this because like I'm really bad. I crash it like 6 times. If you do me a favor, not tell Tyler, just like drive it through, he'll get the shot. We're all good. I think that you got this a lot more than me. All right, I'm gonna, thank you. Wonderful. All right, guys, we're just showing our shipping team back here. Like I said earlier, kind of one of the videos, like we're completely kind of separating ourselves from them. These guys are working like basically around the clock at this point, and we just wanna say thank you to them because without them, you guys wouldn't be getting parts like you are. We've had a lot of sales past 2 weeks, so these guys are shipping out more packages in one day than sometimes we do in a week. So seriously, this is a big thank you from us at MAPerformance to our shipping team, because these guys are working incredibly hard, multiple shifts, doing everything they can to kind of keep themselves safe, keep the company safe, and keep you guys getting products. So it's a serious thank you, and like we really appreciate it. And like I said, we wanted to make sure we showed our gratitude to them.
You tape this box, oh, look at me. Ooh. Yeah, tape in the box. Yep. Yeah, I did that. Taped that box. All right, now I gotta do the other side of it. Yep, here we go. Tape in the box.
So you guys have now seen some inner workings on the shipping side of stuff. You've seen me attempt to drive an RC car and have to hand it off because, as we discussed before, I absolutely don't have the skills to make that happen. Next, we're gonna kind of take a look at some of the R&D side of stuff that we're doing here right now.
Yeah, I think I saw Civic pull up a little bit ago.
Yeah, we have a sport hatch coming in. So with the sport hatch, we're going to look at the compatibility of some of our parts. We're gonna start with an exhaust. The exhaust is actually different on the sport hatch. We don't exactly know what's different yet. Right. That's kind of gonna be the first step, is getting it up in the air. We just know that ours doesn't fit. So the whole idea is to make the changes needed to make it fit. So we're gonna start off, Tiny's gonna pull everything apart. We're gonna get some shots of kind of us taking apart and what we have going on. And then we will probably make some transitions, get it into the fab side of R&D, and see what we need to do.
Hello there.
Where the heck does this thing go? We know what doesn't fit mostly now, and trying to figure out how we then make it fit and follow the rest of our line. So we knew that the catback kit, as it sits from the SI version, doesn't just bolt right up. So now it's figuring out what is different, which it's seeming a lot is different. So I'm trying to find the 3-bolt adapter that we use for the stock mid-pipe. It's just an adapter that goes from this 3-bolt to a V-band, because that's what our connection is at the inlet of our catback. So trying to find that piece, which there's just been so many times things have gotten taken off and put in a box somewhere that I don't really remember where I put it. So for sure a different spot, at least here. And these are like a different style of mount, like they're like a 2-post mount thing. Dalen just dropped this off and like, yeah, see, this don't even fit either. Which is interesting, because you would think they would use that, like there shouldn't be anything different in the rear subframe. You would think that they would use, I mean, other than the brakes could be different. get the extendo boy out, you know? But we're gonna be gentle because I don't want to break things. At the end of the day, everything we build is essentially a painting. Oh, hi Eric. So like, that's where it would sit normally. It's gonna need to be moved back, and then like the general shape and like the space underneath the car is the same. I'm not seeing this might be a little different. I guess I could put the SI up next to it and kind of see side by side. That has a custom exhaust. Well, custom. Actually, I think it's basically the same. Just the turbo kit's different, so could kind of get a better idea of what is going to need to change. But I think bends and locations will be the same. It's just going to be redoing hangers.
We have the exhaust off the car. I think the axle back's gonna be different, and it looks like some hangers are different. Okay. With that, do you have anything that you want to try with it? Like, have you looked at it at all?
Not a whole lot, but I know that some of the hangers are different, like you said. Maybe try like a triple tip in there and see what we can fit, see what works. Okay. See how much of our original design we can retain.
Perfect. Yeah, and I think that's the main point, is try to see how much we can reuse of what we're already making to simplify it on our end and on the customer's end.
Right. I am taking the basic final product in tacked together form and building the jig for it. And that way we can kind of go through and reproduce without the car in hand. Allows us to work at kind of a more efficient rate, really. A lot of times when you're building the first rendition of something, it will go through like a heavy amount of revisions before it even hits like production quality and all that, but it's not really so much because of like precision being low. It's more that you have to kind of do it to understand it, to then take it down and then redo it to understand it better and kind of go through the phases of like prototyping something. In certain regards, like precision's pretty important when it comes to like CNC work or engine machining, things like that. Yeah, precision's super important. But my perspective on R&D has always been, if I can build it the best that I possibly can, any rendition that trickles down from that will be as close to perfect as the first one. So I'm always striving to make it as perfect as I possibly can, so that when it transfers back to them and they're building it off the jigs are as accurate and precise and like 100% ready to go as they possibly can be. These are both prototype tips we received from the company that's going to possibly be making tips for us. So that way we have like a better source for tips and kind of overall get things out to people faster. So if we're waiting on another distributor to get us our tips, then we can't really get our product put out to the customer as soon as they order it. So it's all about that kind of like customer service aspect. But we also have to be able to see what they can offer beforehand. So sending us some pretty decent stuff.
All right, so we're gonna let Max do some work on this thing. Luckily, we're reusing a lot of parts from what we can see. So we actually have a pretty good amount mocked up pretty quickly on this thing. Max is gonna keep jamming out. We're gonna take a look at some other stuff that we got going on right here, kind of wander around a little bit, and we'll check in with him a little bit later.
I actually saw like half a car sitting on a pallet. I'm only assuming it belongs to you.
Yes. So we do have a bit of a Evo 10 that showed up. We can go check that out, actually.
A bit of the 10.
Ta-da! So yeah, for a long time, I've actually been hunting for a crashed GSR 5-speed Evo that we could cut apart. And thanks to some of our guys over at Leasey Parts, if you guys are in need of any used parts, those are the guys to talk to. We finally found one, and as you can tell, we have a pretty good firewall cut here. And the reason we wanted this, and I've been searching so long for it, is it's a good place for us to mock up parts. So we kept it as complete as we could, and we actually want to put a subframe dummy engine in it, and we can use it to test fit parts without taking our car apart. Just simplifies the process when we have a running and driving car that we don't want to take apart every week, because we do use that for other stuff. So something like this on a car that we work on very often just makes life really, really easy. So we have some cleanup work to do because, as you can see, it was kind of like, it was just cut up with a Sawzall because I told them I just wanted half of a car and they sent it to me. So we're gonna clean this thing up, make it a little bit safer to be around, make it a little more mobile. And you'll probably see it in some future episodes as we use it to mock up some parts, do some scans of it and try to figure out what we wanna make with it, and test fit some stuff we've been working on for a little while now. Yeah, I'm really excited about this. It just makes life a lot easier for us. And it's going to be really fun to work with. So
what I'm hearing is we can expect some more Evo 10 stuff.
Maybe, maybe, or it's going to be the world's coolest simulator rig to really touch on everybody working from home right now. Next, what we've got going on is Max is actually working. He's made some great progress, and so one of the biggest factors in that is, well, two big factors. One, he actually, works hard. Two is that we were able to reuse a bunch of the components off of our coupe exhaust. The axle back is slightly different, just a different length, different shape, but we had some parts laying around that actually made life pretty easy on that. Can you install that after that's already installed? Because I don't know, it doesn't look like there's a lot of room there.
Once this gets cut off, this will get cut off right there.
There's enough gap in there to push it in, slide it over? Okay. Because yeah, I mean the main focus, I just want, because like we have the advantage of having a lift. Like I want to think about a dude like laying on his back and shit. Yeah. So like the main thing I want to make sure that that doesn't hit right there so that they can install it super easy. Really? I don't know, that would be like the only focus point for me, is the making sure that this can slide onto this easy if somebody's laying on the ground. Because I'd be willing to sacrifice a little, like move that down a little bit and shorten those a little bit if possible, if that brings it down and makes it easier. But well, we're just talking about bracing this to keep it together.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
We're also not losing home on the hole either.
Yeah.
So we still have to come out that far. That shouldn't trap noise either.
No, that should be totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. All right, so thank you very much, guys, for tuning in this week. Like I said, we're still making the best of the current situations around the shop. Still kind of semi on lockdown, so we're all kind of trying to avoid each other as best we can. Got to see Max working on the car, got to see Kyle taking it apart, got to see my like half cut of an Evo 10 that I'm super excited about. Unfortunately, next week, I am not gonna be here. Just have some stuff going on. Maybe we'll share more about that in the future, but I just won't be here, so I'm super sad. Hopefully Charlie can find a way to kind of keep me involved with it. I didn't really let Charlie talk much this episode. We were doing a lot of the R&D stuff, so probably next episode, me gone, it'll be kind of nice. He'll get to talk about stuff.
Yeah, hopefully next time we got some different stuff in the mix that hopefully is entertaining for you guys, but maybe we can shed some light on some of the other different things that go on with producing and releasing products for you guys. So hopefully that becomes part of it, and hopefully we can loop Damon in somehow. So
my new name is also Damon. If anyone needs any,
let the record show.
Yeah, let the record show.
Damon.
Daylin.
It's Daylin.
Daylin. We've only worked together for a while. It's no big deal. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see kind of what you guys do. Like I said, I know that I kind of overpowered this episode. Yeah, no, excited to see kind of what you guys got going on. As you can tell, we're still working here. This is still an active production shop. Sometimes things get cut. I get a little loud. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Peace.
Chicken fingers.